Got it? Okay, can you hear me? Oh, that doesn't sound too good now. Doesn't. Okay, well, just tell me whenever you. God, you seriously can't hear me? What in the world? I have to leave then. God? Okay. I don't know what happened, but okay, I guess I gotta finish this in the solo rounds, and let's just do this. Just check one more time, just in case. Yeah, I don't think he's coming back.
Hold on. It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say? Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Hello?
Yeah, hey God, you can hear me?
Yeah. I accidentally put my PS4 into rest mode trying to log out of my Smurf.
Okay, because I was like, oh, I guess I'm about to do this solo. I wasn't sure if you're coming back, because I was like, okay. So I waited like 2 or 3 minutes, and okay, I don't think he's coming back. If I wait for too long, I'm about to fall asleep. I didn't go that far. Pretty much, I just went to the part where it's called a Hangman's Gambit.
Yeah, I can't see what's happening. Like your stream cut out.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to close it, and you're gonna have to restart it. Like refresh the page.
I've already done that.
You might have to do it one more time.
I don't know why, it just always goes slower than, like, for AJ, for example, he got in, like, first try. Like, I've reset this thing, like, I've researched it and everything. Aha.
You found it?
Yep. Is Hangman's Gambit where you choose people that you think are innocent?
I don't even know.
Because Hangman is where you get it wrong, it goes one step further. You have to hit them till they're red.
My hell.
Is this really the end for all of us?
Oh, you don't want to give it an
Refuse to give
initiative.
up yet.
See, I guess that's because of the tutorial. No, I want to hit no more. Trying to cheat me, bro.
Now I understand.
Go for A.
Alright, I completed it already.
That's right. There wasn't a single hair on the floor.
Go for R.
Oh, no, I mean, I completed the whole thing. You see when I actually calmed down after just start pressing buttons randomly, I realized what actually was actually me.
So,
No, because like the first time, like I thought it was like a click to win, but then afterwards, like right as you messed up the last time, I was like,
Yeah.
you're supposed to click on letters. They're just throwing H's at you, so you do that.
Yeah, because previously before I clicked on hair,
It's
and then it
funny 'cause
wasn't
you
working,
kept
I was
on
like,
clicking on
what am I
H,
supposed to click?
right? You're like, click, 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 click.
Yes. And if I were the culprit,
The funny thing is, they're talking about stuff that we
why
literally
would I
sat
need
here
to get
talking
rid of all
about.
the hair in my own room?
So we didn't even need to talk.
I know,
It wouldn't
it's
be
kind of
unusual at all
stupid,
to find
honestly.
my hair at the crime scene. If the crime
Bruh,
scene is
they
in
should have had
my
a vet
room.
version where they don't have this.
Yeah. I
And
thought
you
it
just
worked
gotta,
going
like-
on to because I put the hardest difficulty on.
The reason all the hair was gone
Oh.
was to remove any
Just
trace
as all
that
they could muster
Sayaka
up.
had ever been there. That makes sense, does it not?
no. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just her hair.
Yes, very true, very true.
Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Then that means...
Are they about to bring up the switching doors?
Simply beyond reason to believe
I
that the
even
game's
heard this
owner and
one.
the killer are one and the same.
Then Makoto isn't the culprit?
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
I would like to hear these reasons.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene? Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
Exactly.
I got it! Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
The doorknob for my bathroom.
The stuff we've already been talking about, Derek.
I know. It just feels like we stupid for actually thinking that it was actually this complicated.
See how the top part was
Bruh, well,
unscrewed?
if it was,
And the
though,
doorknob's about ready to fall off?
you know,
It's the
there's
last
like
movie to
Victor
kill a
not
girl.
going into it.
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they
I just
ended
want
up
to go to sleep
merely
at this point
removing
if,
the
this is
entire
how
door.
dumb they're gonna act in comparison. We spent like half an hour like talking about this stuff in like some deep like actual like construction. I don't know how to describe what type
So we
of
pretty
thing.
much nailed the actual killers in the show, who are the ones to worry about.
This
Yeah,
is
we had
another
like a
most
literal
bewildering act for the room's
intellectual
owner.
debate.
It proves
Like even
Makoto is
a
beyond suspicion.
presidential like debate would have been like less than what we was having. How he was the
My
dopest of the
brain
biggest
cells
one.
inflated before they just blew up.
Yep.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room?
I don't even care. It wouldn't even be beyond me
But if the
like
only
Sakura
choice
was
you
the killer
have
at
is
this
to
point.
break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
See, oh no, he the killer. Okay, typical.
You still don't see? Okay then. Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help
See,
you
Leon did
understand.
it.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, see, if you see something, you break it. All right, self-incrimination. Oh my god, it's so amazing. Top there. It's not even impressive at this point. I'm not. See, this is how you know how bad it is. When it turns on my right, and I'm not like, see, I told you. It's like, oh, he did.
No.
Like I was craving
You,
for something more.
I literally heard you step away from your mic to catch a breather. Like you were debating just walking out of the room.
I was about to. I would have never been in a situation if someone said, play Final Fantasy 12, and I said yes.
Play Stranded Deep.
Okay, I don't know.
Live stream Stranded Deep. But you know who you listen to? The person who promised to sell your soul, and then said that they couldn't.
See, I don't know. I felt like, honestly, I wouldn't just like Stranded Deep.
I think you would.
Like, I don't know what it is about that game. That game just kind of looks boring to me. It makes me think of the forest so much. It's not even the right thing. My controller might die.
Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded.
Oh my god, there's another type of level of debate? This is about to get... Trying to figure out how to charge my controller. What am I supposed to do to charge this controller? I'm just gonna be right back. Okay, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Before or after I heard.
Yeti Mike backfiring on you, isn't it?
I mean, not me, honestly. I couldn't hear nothing. I just honestly stopped caring after a certain point. I'm just like walking around.
The only person who's wasting their time here is you.
I'm trying to go to sleep. What is... Number of weak spots would start growing up. You also lower your trust for everyone and your influence gravity damage. Alright.
The incident took place in Makoto's room. Sayaka was first attacked in the main room. She then fled into the bathroom.
Then the killer ran after her. And they got into the bathroom. At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door. Because Sayaka had locked it.
No, he's wrong. The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked. After
Like,
all,
these are all
the
talking
girls'
points
rooms
that
are
we
the
had.
only ones with walking bathrooms, right?
Yes, now that you
Well, you see,
mention
the door
it,
wasn't
that
locked
is
because he
true.
had to lift it up, and there were only 2 people that knew it.
I know.
Why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck.
When you expect the game to be challenging, that you put effort in,
My bathroom
and then
door
you
doesn't fit in the
realize
frame quite right.
how easy it is.
And this is why stuff like I can always curl up and never charge.
Monokuma over there can testify to that.
This is why I always play Final Fantasy games, and then I try my best, and I don't try on anything else.
Yep, true as true can be. But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door. That's not lucky at all.
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck. But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place? Everyone should have known you can't
Oh
lock
my
any of the
God.
boys' bathrooms.
Just, I'm reading the text.
The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
Oh, didn't know. I'm
I
stupid.
got it.
Hold on.
The killer must
saying
not
I'm
have
getting tired.
realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable.
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms. Which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through.
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. But the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door open.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
Definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
That is a definite possibility.
Yeah, that's right, back down Byakuya. Yeah. Triggers, bitch.
So the killer
That is a
would have to be
definite
someone who
possibility.
didn't
What the
know
fuck?
they'd switched rooms?
Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
Okay, then who
Like, we had this whole conversation, Derek, like, in this order.
Sorry, but I give up. Quit without saving.
But
What if the whole
happens if
game
we
revolved
can't
around this
decide on
one
who we
thing and
think
everything
did
that
it?
we talked about was the whole game?
Well, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules.
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
For serious? Oh my god.
does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you...
Damn, that's deep.
You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
Oh yeah. Okay, so, well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
The one question no one asked, including us.
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Then maybe someone picked the lock?
Negative! If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way. They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Miss Maizono just let him in.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place. Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
It's the glass, I think.
Is it the glass? You don't just shout
The
out crystal
broken, the broken crystal ball.
Shoot!
Oh, that's not it.
Shoot!
Oh my god.
I mean, I knew that one wasn't it.
I mean, none of this stuff.
Sayaka's wrist, maybe.
Look at that. Oh, losing another one.
Shoot!
Oh, my health! Alright, I know the answer. I'm gonna. I shouldn't have been playing around this.
Is it the switching rooms? Is it that simple?
Yeah. It is. I'm gonna leave the game. It is.
Sayaka was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch
Let me
rooms in the
see.
first place.
Oh my god.
Oh, let's have my health. Almost all my health.
For the stupidest, like, most generic thing.
Alright.
That the game has to tell us. See, I already knew.
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Huh? Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
I mean, she did go into the.
I
the
know
room
you
with
don't
that
want
in
to
there.
consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility? I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil, and these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I'd better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Huh?
Which means, only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
So,
Derek, you know why we didn't guess
Did
about
you
getting
like
into the door?
Why?
Because the game never told us this information.
Of course you didn't, because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
Did you know about this notepad?
No.
Did you even see a notepad?
No.
But why? Why would she
So
write
we didn't even have a chance.
Yep.
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Huh? What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to say?
Yeah.
Very well then. Pay attention.
Should just not click the absolutely 3 times in a row.
But in the note,
They want you to play 800 hours of this game.
it specifically says my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in. So in other words, even if someone did read the note and did what it said, they would not have any connection to what happened.
It certainly would seem that way.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in. So in other words, even if someone did read the note and did what it said, they would not have anything.
It certainly would seem that way.
Sayaka and Makoto read in the note, but it specifically says,
I see. Then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room.
There we go.
No, that's wrong. The nameplates on my and
Did you like
Sayaka's
not click on the
rooms
right
got
word or
switched.
something like that?
Yeah, I didn't use the true bullet on it. I kept using it underneath it.
They got
switched? That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves. As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name. And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem. And the one who switched the names was... well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
Right. Okay, then who did it?
See, look at him looking nervous.
I got it!
Sayaka.
Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms. So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
You can also infer as much from her note. She specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
What?
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you've switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
To understand that, we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
What happened then was probably whoever she invited over came in and attacked her. We figured it out! We know who did it! Whoever she invited over is the culprit!
Of course.
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot!
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes? Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then... we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
When you realize that only 2 people in this entire debate are smart.
That reminds me, there was a replica sword at the
Aoi
murder scene.
isn't half bad though.
Was that perhaps used during
She's at
the
least
fight?
questioning things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what's the deal with that sword?
But then there's like 8 bricks that I have to look at, like Sakura.
Sayaka suggested I should hold
That
on to
reminds
it.
me, there was a relic
I thought it
sword,
might come in
yes?
handy if I had to defend myself. It
Or
seems
was
pretty
it not a
likely that
relic
the
sword? I
killer
don't
used it to
remember.
break
I'm like,
Sayaka's right wrist.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
I got it! All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear. Right there where her wrist is all swollen. There's
I
something
like how we
glittery
talked about
there.
this too.
See?
Don't you just love this game?
Yeah, this game's so amazing.
It sure is.
Don't you love how we basically just peeled apart the whole
from the
story
replica
without
sword.
actually having the information?
And now you have to hear it again.
You barely have to touch
And
that
we get
stuff,
5
and it'll
minutes
stick
to
right
do what
you.
takes us 10 seconds of clicking.
And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword, right there on her wrist!
Oh no.
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
Alright, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
You serious?
Combine the right truth bullet with the right statement. The only hard part is the fact that you have to be paying attention. And you're tired.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
That's what broke Miss Maizono's wrist.
So, she tried to fight back. She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away. But then the culprit took that from her too.
And they killed her with it.
And that's exactly what happened. When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
No, it's wrong.
Why not?
Because the sword's sheath had been scratched. See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Something sharp? You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Stop jumping ahead. Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath. If
Slow
you were going to
down.
attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
That's true.
Why isn't there a fast forward on the dialogue?
Bulky and useless as shit.
Okay, so how
They have
did
fast forward
sheath
for the
get
part that
damaged?
takes 2 seconds. That you have 5
They
minutes
got
to do.
attacked with the kitchen knife. Maybe they grabbed the sword.
Oh my
as a
bad, my bad.
defensive
You need
impulse.
your time played. At least 100 hours.
In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
I think I get it. So here's how it all played out. The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere. Then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening. So she grabbed the sword to defend herself. But then the culprit took that from her too. Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
I think Sayaka was the one with the knife.
What? How the hell can you not think that?
Because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body
Like,
that
we
makes the
literally had this exact talk.
Shoot!
Derek. Don't you remember how this conversation went?
I got it! You're talking about her palms, right? The palms of her hands were perfectly clean, so I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
How can you know that just by looking at her palms?
Like I said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it. In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle. It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands. There's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
Maybe she washed her hands after she escaped into the bathroom.
Sorry, but I don't think so.
Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm ugly?
No, that's not it at all. I got it! According to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 a.m. In other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime, right?
I know me and you were thinking the same thing.
I wanna go to sleep.
Can't wait till this debate's over so we can go to sleep.
Oh my.
You're no different. You smell like a big fat ugly donkey.
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
Insult, obviously.
So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means the killer is the only one who used the sword. But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheets with the kitchen knife was...
Hey, Kat, I prefer my Leon debate.
Is it sad that I had more fun debating with you than watching this?
Damn, so who damaged the sheet would have to have been the one. The one who damaged the sheet would have. The one who damaged the sheet would have to have been the one who.
Would have had to have been the one who was without.
I got it!
I don't know. It's so stupid, but that's confusing me.
But we already said that the attack started with...
Yeah, the knife. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, she obviously went into the kitchen and got a knife.
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
And the one who attacked first was...
Sayaka?
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
No, far from it. It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own. She took the knife.
Hey Derek, at least we were right though that Celeste and Cookie are the ones who be holding this conversation and keeping the game.
And if it's true that she
I mean, without them, they'd still be like, wait, the door was a male door? Did we respect its gender?
Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct? Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility, is it not?
Like, the smartest thing I hear in this conversation is coming out of both Celeste's mouth and
wanted to
Kyoko.
On me?
I know, and it's the stuff that we were saying.
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted
Like,
to
remember
get
when I
whoever
said that
she
too?
had
Like, in the middle, I was
to come to
like,
Makoto's room, where she was
like, dude.
And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto. But for that to work, the target had to be lured out.
Well, we could have sat there and debated it, or we could have just watched the 2-minute video.
If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
So all that's why she switched the names?
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky? For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior. I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
Plus, she was the ultimate pop sensation. A totally forgettable kid. Or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
Wait, then you're saying she had this all planned out?
Holy shit!
But in the end, her plan backfired. She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack in turn. That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she'd planned to murder.
Just hold on! That can't be true! Because...
Hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument! You're being super boring right now. Come on, hurry up and decide who did it! Wouldn't it be awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
Oh yeah, we better decide who we think did it.
Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery.
I guess we know why it's called the non-stop debate.
It's over for all of us.
Oh my god.
It's easy just to
How
say,
long
hey,
does this go on for?
But there just aren't any more clues, right?
Very well. Then let's review all the clues.
Die! If we don't do something, we're all gonna die!
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
Very well. Then let's review all the clues we've found up to this point one more time.
Shoot!
I'm sorry, not you.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
No!
Very well. Then let's review all the clues we've found up to this point.
Do we really have to die? If we don't do something, we're all gonna...
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
No, it's wrong. There still might be one clue left. Sayaka's dying message.
Dining? Wait, what did you say?
The dying message. She wrote something on the wall behind her, remember? 11037. Written in her own blood. There must be a clue about the killer hidden in there.
Well, before we get too far into that, I need to ask, can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
Good question. That's the one that you asked, too.
I got it!
Yeah, over and over again, bro.
Finger had
Because
blood on
it would be the stupidest thing.
That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
Sure. I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it. But still, what the heck do those numbers mean? What?
Hey, Chihiro. You're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers and shit.
No, that's not... Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
Of course. It's because they're not numbers.
Oh, yeah, it looks like...
Huh? What?
No, it's just... look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers. Don't these first two, 1-1, look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
Ah, you're right. The connecting line is barely there, so I assumed it was 1-1, but looking at it now, you could also read it as an N.
Oh my god, we learned the alphabet class.
Whoa, you might have finally just said something worth a shit.
Our little gray cells are really getting excited now.
But even if that really is an N, N037,
Oh.
doesn't make any more sense than before.
I think the part 2 video that you had that lasted like a couple hours, I think that was better than this one.
180 degrees.
Wow, she's the smartest person in the entire series, hands down. Thank you. I'm gonna marry you. Best girl. Best girl. Best girl.
Oh my
god. Now I see. She wrote
I
down
mean,
the
I go
killer's
for
name.
Celeste, but
She literally said rotated. Everybody was gonna still be dissecting 037. Celeste was gonna be the only one that could think of that too.
So, whose name did she write?
No, Leon, die. Leon, where are you? Die.
Here's my answer. The key to solving this mystery was simply to rotate the writing 180 degrees. If you turn the message around, it becomes the letters L-E-O-N.
Die, Leon.
L-E-O-N.
This
or more
is
accurately, Leon.
gross.
What the hell are you talking about? It's just a coincidence. It's just a bunch of random squiggles that happen to look like my name.
No, it's not random at all. She wrote that message on the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it. In that position, she couldn't move to write normally, and had to write upside down, as it were. And as a result, when you look at it standing in front of her, it ends up getting flipped. Try it for yourself if you want. Write something sitting like her, and the letters will be inverted.
That sounds like one hell of a stretch to me. I'm the killer? You can't just go and say shit like that.
If you're not the killer, then why did you try to destroy the evidence?
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The evidence Leon tried to get rid of?
I wonder what it could be.
You mean the burnt shirt piece I found laying on the ground by the incinerator, right?
As the killer stabbed Sayaka, they must have gotten some of her blood on them. And to dispose of the shirt covered in the victim's blood, they threw it into the incinerator.
But one piece burned off and got left behind.
And the killer didn't notice. If they had, they most certainly would have panicked. Isn't that right, Leon?
But is one scrap of fabric enough to conclude that Leon is guilty?
Yeah, I mean, Leon's not the only one wearing a white button-up.
That's right. There are plenty of other people here with shirts like mine. With just that one little charred piece, there's no way you can say for sure who it belongs to.
You're right. That alone isn't enough. But there are some other points that may reveal the truth.
Are you finally starting to understand? The answers to all the riddles are right here.
Yeah, I think so.
Don't you love how it's the same order that we were talking in too? Hey Derek, did we write this game?
Shoot! Shoot!
I like how we fell and it's gonna die. How it was disposed of?
If you look closely at how the shirt was disposed of, we should be able to figure out who the killer is.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I know what you're gonna say. You can't reach the incinerator without opening the gate in front of the trash room, right? And obviously, you wouldn't be able to hit the switch to turn it on either. You need the key to get in. And the one with the key was the person on cleaning duty. So the killer had to be whoever was in charge of taking care of the trash, right?
Interesting.
Oh. Okay, so pretty much it's the Shadow Crystal Ball.
The key to the trash room. Whoever was on cleaning duty. The key to the trash room. Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
So the only one who could get to the incinerator was the person in charge of the trash?
Shoot!
Derek, it just cut out.
The key to the trash room. Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it.
I don't have any visual again. Is Leon the killer?
They're trying to determine who the killer is.